Today I'd like to talk more about another chapter in my book, Commercial Plumbing Maintenance, available on Amazon.com. This is about tools. Now, one of the big things, my pet peeves, is when you use acetylene tanks or you use these little map tanks or these little tanks like this. See these tanks? I have a big discussion in the book about this and why I describe these, and I go to, the use of acetylene tanks and why you should use acetylene tanks and B tanks and other things like this. See all these tanks? Okay, now the reason why you want to use tanks like this and different types of equipment, well, let's just get to practicality. If you're working in a very minor, a couple fittings to do, yeah, one of those little tanks you buy at the hardware store are fine. Those little map tanks where you just heat it up, like lighting a fireplace or something. They're fine. But when you start working on commercial buildings and you're trying to save money and every dollar's, and you're bidding. So when you're buying the largest acetylene tanks that you can have, you're going to save money in the long run. You're going to buy longer hoses, but you're going to save money in the long run because the gas is going to be cheaper. So if you've got hundreds and hundreds, I've spent days soldering. Oh, I mean days and days and weeks soldering and brazing because you're running hundreds and hundreds of pipe. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine using these little tanks here to solder all day long? The ones I just showed you. Can you imagine using those on large projects? That'd be a joke, my friends. It'd be a joke. You'd be laughed out of the industry. So think about what you're doing. I also talk about green environment, why you don't want to use those tanks. So, this book will tell you why not, all this good stuff. So take a look at the book. It's worth the price, $24.99.